Hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and this is another reflection show that I'm doing. 25-year reflection on WCW Beach Blast 1992. If you saw my 15-year reflection on the Raw and SmackDown shows from July 1st and July 4th, respectively, you'll know this is being recorded the same day. But there's a bit of a lull in the fireworks, so because I live on reservation land, so they always launch fireworks. So anyway, if this doesn't go up until sometime, like say after Great Balls of Fire, then that's why. That's why maybe that's just why I'm doing this now. I'm just recording them when I can. So I just hope you guys enjoy these. As I gotta be honest, 1992 might be my favorite year for WCW pay-per-views. At least until they got, like maybe more pay-per-views, because there was just really good action. The tag team division, light heavyweight division, so many divisions were just so great. The titles meant something. There was so much good stuff. So let's get right to it. So that was a bit of a lengthy introduction, but basically, pretty much I'm recording this as close to the day as I can, but it's about 2 weeks after. But I figured, well, I don't want to do a 26-year reflection, so I'm just really going to talk about the few matches that happened and the one that really wasn't all that good, and then the bikini contest, which was shit. But first, Scottie Flamingo versus Flying Brian Pillman, WCW Light Heavyweight Championship match. This was really, really good. Scottie Flamingo, easy for me to say, also known as Raven, shockingly won. I mean, I was really, really surprised that he won, but it was a really good contest. And Brian Pillman at that point had already been established as a great light heavyweight champion. He had won it from Jushin Thunder Liger at Super Bowl II. And it was just really, it was really well done. I mean, it's kind of weird seeing Raven like this as Scottie Flamingo, but it was just really, really fun. And it was a really fun match. And I mean, Brian Pillman would end up turning heel soon after this, would actually have great matches against Ricky Steamboat at Halloween Havoc 92, which I will be reviewing all the Halloween Havoc events in their entirety, going through cards in a history series. And then also would team up with Barry Windham, and they were a great tag team. But there was a lot of really, really good stuff here, and just really good psychology. Flamingo and Pillman worked really well together. It's a shame that Raven basically in WCW didn't necessarily work out. I mean, I believe it's the only championship he won. He only held it for 2 weeks. And then I want to say one of the Armstrongs beat him. It was Brad. I think it was Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong won him, and I think Brad Armstrong was the last WCW light heavyweight champion until they retired it, and then brought it back as cruiserweight title sometime in '96. But anyway, it was a really good light heavyweight championship match, well worked, and really showed how the undercard in WCW was tremendous. Then you had Ron Simmons versus Terry Taylor. This was during Terry Taylor's twilight of his career. But still, I thought he was a pretty effective heel. And Ron Simmons was kind of they were building a little bit more of a fan base with Ron Simmons. And can Ron Simmons be the next guy? And it turned out he was. He beat Vader for the championship a little bit later, which was really, really good. I mean, that was really nice. He actually won it at the Great American Bash, which was a really fun event. But, it was a mid-card match at best. I mean, Ron Simmons winning was fine. I mean, Terry Taylor, I don't think lasted very long here after that. But it was a fine little 7-minute match. And then the one stupid match of the evening, it was Marcus Bagwell being beaten by Greg Valentine. And it was weird because Greg Valentine was just in the Rumble, like the 92 Rumble, I believe, and was in WCW soon after that. I mean, it's just, and then he was back in WWE soon after that. I mean, it's like he bounced around a whole lot, and I'm sure looked just as happy as ever whenever he did it. Greg Valentine, I don't think Greg Valentine ever smiled when he was wrestling. But anyway, it was okay. I mean, Marcus Bagwell still establishing himself at this point. I'm not saying the loss was horrible, but maybe Bagwell beating Greg Valentine, a veteran, might have made a little more sense since Greg Valentine wasn't around very long in WCW. But it was a pretty mundane match. And then you have Missy Hyatt, Medusa. It was a bikini contest, and why the fuck was this happening? I mean, I like Medusa. I think Medusa's very underrated as a worker. I never really cared for Medusa's looks necessarily. I mean, she wasn't attractive to me. That's not to say she wasn't attractive. She just wasn't attractive to me. I never liked Missy Hyatt. Like, I just never liked her character. I just never did. But whatever. Bikini Contest, it was like the drum solo of this pay-per-view. Just was not very good. And then we get into the meat and potatoes of the show, because you get 4 really good matches in a row. Sting defeating Cactus Jack, Falls Count Anywhere match, which was just so good. It was so good. It brought out a different side of Sting. You had battles on the entranceway and all this stuff, and you had Cactus Jack doing some good moves. And I mean, Cactus like being put in this main event slot. Like, Sting wanted to work with him apparently, and it really brought out a good side of Sting, and really was a fun Falls Count Anywhere match. Really enjoyable, good spots. And Sting got the win, and it was really nice. I mean, it was nice because it was a different side of WCW. Well, Falls Count Anywhere thing, I thought that was really cool. And I mean, you know what I mean? They've done Falls Count Anywhere and stuff like that before. But I just thought it was really cool and a different side of Sting, and it was nice for him working with somebody like Cactus. It was really good, different dynamic. And Cactus got to show that he could brawl, but he could still wrestle also a little. Because Cactus could wrestle. Mick Foley. But now my favorite match of the show, a 30-minute Iron Man match between Ricky Steamboat and Rick Rude. And this was during the whole go off the top rope, you get disqualified thing. Or over the top. Yeah, you can't do moves off the top rope, which was stupid. It was one of the few things that Bill Watts did where I'm just like, the fuck. I mean, the fuck. I didn't quite, taking the mats away from ringside, whatever, I kind of understood, but I don't know. Bill Watts, maybe Bill Watts had been a little too punch drunk by that point. But for the 30 minutes of beauty, they really did a good job. Like, Rick Rude got disqualified by doing, a move off the top rope, but then used it to gain the advantage over Ricky Steamboat and basically hold the advantage for a while. And then Steamboat fought back, got closer, and then tied it, and Rude was pissed. And then Ricky Steamboat managed to get the win over Rude and make it 4-3, and then Rude couldn't tie it up. But it was just such a beautifully well done match. Really, really good wrestlers. It's such a shame that Rick Rude had to retire, like, not even 2 years after this. I think it was like April of 94. Late April, early May of 94 in Japan. In a match with Sting, he suffered a severe back injury. It was a back or spine injury. I think it was a back injury. But it was such a shame. Because Rude at that point was only 35. But him and Steamboat created some magic. They really had good. They had a good match at the 1988 Royal Rumble, which was really often forgotten about. Like, granted, it was the first Royal Rumble event ever, which wasn't all that great of an event, but it was really good and actually set the tone for this. And Steamboat and Rude created some really good magic. It was a really good Iron Man match, really solid piece of work, best match of the show by far. And then you had a 6-man tag with Ole Anderson as a special guest referee, Dustin Rhodes, Barry Windham, and Nikita Koloff. Defeated the Dangerous Alliance members of Arn Anderson, Steve Austin, and Bobby Eaton. It was good. 15 minutes. 15 and a half minutes. Ole was kind of there to make sure there wasn't so much interference. Fortunately, there were no black guys in the ring because Ole was an incredibly racist guy. But it was really, really fun. It was a great mix of young talent and established talent. Dustin and Steve Austin were like the youngest talents. Everybody else was pretty established by that point. Yeah, it was really, really good. It was a mix of young guns and veterans. And just a good 15 and a half minute 6-man tag. Just really, every guy got their chance. And I think it was the last match Dangerous Alliance really was involved in. Because that whole thing happened where Heyman left WCW. I'm guessing it had to do with anti-Semitic comments or anti-Semitism, or I always screw that word up. But basically, some people didn't like Jews in the WCW offices, and that's my best guess. Heyman will never reveal it because there was a hush clause and money and stuff like that, and I don't blame him. But I'm guessing that's what it had to do with, and that's pretty rotten. But this was still a really good 6-man tag match. And now the main event. Whew, what a main event this was. A time limit draw, 30-minute time limit draw for the WCW Tag Team Championship. It was the Steiner brothers, who were the champions, versus Terry Gordy and Steve Williams, Dr. Death Steve Williams. And it was great. 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes. Well done. So good. This is tag team wrestling done right. Because one, it's 4 power guys. Rick probably was the smallest guy, actually, in the match. And that's saying something, because Rick Steiner was really, really good. I mean, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, they were such a good tag team. Gordy and Williams are often forgotten about as being one of the best tag teams, especially in WCW, but they were good in Japan also. I'm really excited for the possible, and I mean, this is looking ahead, but WWE is doing a possible tag team tournament in 2018. Don't sign the Young Bucks. I think their contract wouldn't allow that anyway, but tag team tournament, and if it can be anything like this match, if you can have this kind of chemistry and this kind of action, and have this kind of edge of your seat beauty with tag team wrestling, I will really appreciate it. That's the one thing is, this was good. This was a really good event, even with the potholes. Like, the light heavyweight championship match, and yeah, the other 2 matches were the bikini contest, but the last 4 matches, 5 of the 7 matches that were actually on the card, because the bikini contest wasn't a match, really were just tremendous. They were tremendous, and it was great, great stuff, and showed why 1992 in WCW was fantastic for pay-per-view, even if the business wasn't all that good. But anyway, that's what I gotta say. So Beach Blast 1992 gets a really solid, it gets like an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 is a damn good pay-per-view. 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10. It's really, really good. I mean, I might start grading these things, but anyway, that's a 25-year reflection. Just looking back on it, one, it's scary that so many of these guys are dead. Well, some of them. Actually, let me see. Rude, Gordy, Williams. That's it. Yeah, well, that's it. Oh, okay. That's not so bad, I guess. I mean, it's terrible if they die, but I was like, I expected 1992 was going to be a lot more. But anyway, what do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy this reflection? Do you guys want me to reflect on other stuff that happened 5, 10, 20, 25, 30 years ago? If it's available on the network, I'll do it. You let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe also. This has been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.